Okay, Paradise is another massive glitch. I guess they all are pretty big. The Broken Bridge and Chapter Select are probably only small ones. Well, the snow is a lot more to it that I didn't do because it's stuff I'm not as familiar with. Paradise, though, I'm familiar with the glitch itself. All the glitchy stuff that some people do, not so much, but the glitch itself I'm familiar with. So, first thing we'll do is we'll keep the music going, right? And there are a couple of entrances. This entrance down here is interesting to come back to. You can go into it now, but you'd have the music constantly repeating, which isn't so pleasant. No offense to Austin Wintory. 30 seconds of music repeating over and over and over again is not really how he intended his music to be listened to anyway. I think I might be close enough. Again, I can't hear what I'm doing, so I think I hit the transition. So when you bypass going through that water curtain, you get wind-trapped carpets. I have a whole video of music transitions. So we're going to go through that. Did I get too close? There they are. Let's see now. I just couldn't see. Okay, you get wind-trapped carpets. They're over there. We also get into their jellyfish. Show you this boost. Okay. Sorry, I'm very distracted. Alright. Where the heck am I? Alright, and we have Enter the Jellyfish. And you can move the jellyfish around anywhere you want them to right now. Except they will eventually go too far and disappear on you. Use them for boosting them as well. Your wells get a little messed up. Or potentially get messed up when you do that as well. So I am going to do two things. Mostly you just want to go all the way up and quiet the music first of all. Here, I'm really hoping. Welcome back, Rebby. Oh yeah, and to get this is Flocati's video though, is getting the colored ripples, and that you just go through screensavers for. You can even see one of those. See any colors appearing. Maybe I don't. Oh well, I'll do it later. Quiet the music, and I'm going to do. Here's a boost spot that I did not put in my Paradise boost spots. I don't think because I didn't really know it at the time. Okay, I'm gonna have to ban anybody who talks about speedruns from my channel. Whether they're moderators or not. Okay, here I am clowning, not hit and fly. I just got into it normal. I have no idea why it wasn't working. Because it's working perfectly now. Okay, so that's that spot. You get a nice high boost out of this. And if you don't hit fly there, you got to make sure you get into it, but you don't hit fly there. And you have scarf charge to work with when you get a not so hot boost. I didn't really stay in there long enough. You got to stay in that one for quite a while. But then I make it to Genova Peak. Now, I did not put climbing Genova Peak in any video yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. The beauty of this, of doing this and bypassing what I'm going to do now, is that you don't have any music when you go down into the glitch. I'm going to end up with gongs, so I'm going to show this now. Mostly so I don't have to come back up here after. Okay, so I'm on Genova Peak. I'm going to go back down to the normal level. So I'll show this now. So go back down to the snowy drawing board area. You can also, this is all, if you go off the back of the mountain, you're in the whiteness, and that's how you can get the invisible mountain. But anyway, we'll just drop down into the cleft. You don't want to be too far up. You kind of use this area here as a guide, because if you get too far back, you're going to end up in the transition area, and you're going to lose control of yourself. See, I've lost scarf here just being where I am. So you just need to be careful not to be too far back, unless you want to be a little bit lost. Okay. Whoops. Hello. All right. To get to Genova Peak. I don't think I have a video on how to get to Genova Peak. Pretty sure I don't. The easiest way is to be in the light arc. Hey, I warned you guys. I see speedrun chat. Okay, anyway, back to this. Is to be in the light arc, and then and this is probably right about the right spot, and then just to head over to this area here. Much easier to do with a companion because you have somebody to keep you charged. And I missed. Okay, let's try that again. It is actually. I probably know what to start. Come on, charge me. Okay. So right about there, you want to head to the white. There we go. And right in there. And as a white cloak, of course, you can keep on pressing yourself up. And then you can walk or you can charge boost. This is a really hard, I've shown this, I know, charge boost to get into. But you can also just walk up. And I'll do that in a second. So I'm going to go back down and show you the other way to get up here. And that is just off of this ledge. And a lot of people go all the way over here and try to go that way. And I say phooey. Especially with a companion, it's a little easier to go, I think, from like here. Because then you can get around this wind wall a little better. And again, I'm failing my first times. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm always boosting to it. Let's try that again. And with a companion, like I said, it is easier because you have somebody to fly out here with. So this might actually be very difficult to do without a companion. There we go. Okay. Okay, now to walk up, again, easier to do with a companion who keeps you charged, but it's definitely doable. You just need to keep flying over and around. You're basically going around because at that spot you're kind of towards the front of the mountain still. So you're basically going around the whole mountain here. You want to watch for the whiteness. At the same time, it's going to get pretty white when you're able to climb up easily. Until then, it's kind of a challenge to climb up. You're kind of stuck going around. I haven't walked this in a long time. But once it gets this hazy, this really bright, then you can climb up. Don't want to go too far that way, because that is whiteness. And glitch, which is not impossible to find your way out of, but hard for a person who's not familiar with the glitch. Also, some of this is easier for me to see because I'm on component cables rather than HDMI. Alright, so now we're back up on the Genovia Peak. And you can go all the way down this way. This is the wrong way, but you can go all the way to the end. And if you watch my Disappearing Mountain video, this is where you can just go jump in. Right down there and disappear the mountain. Or get lost in the whiteness. Okay? So there's the moon. There's the sun. You don't want to go towards the sun. It's easier to find the blackness towards the sun. I'm going to get out of this whiteness. Now, I'm going to I already have a video showing you how to get to the carpets from here, so I'm not going to repeat that. I'm going to go back in the level and show you the cross-country route. Whoops, I lost my scarf. I got my scarf back. That was kind of cool. Okay. All the way back down to the slide. Into the kelpie area. Okay. Now this is still there on PS4, which surprises me a little, because it's kind of a dangerous spot. I've lost a couple of first runs here. But it's one of my favorite spots to go in. Yeah, one of my favorite spots to go into in this glitch because you get such a pretty view. Now, where is it? I'm lost. Okay, I'm losing a reference point here. I'm missing a reference point here. There it is. I feel like I have something missing. But here it is. It's near the kelp area. See, you can see the kelp. Then it's inside that. And you go in and you're outside of the kelp area. Okay. So you can get back in that way. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. And you're just sliding right back in. And then if you go in here before you've moved on, you'll see the whale's still up there. This is under the jellyfish area. In there, you're just swimming under everything. You can't exit by going into the goo. The goo is right here, or water, I guess at this point it is. That's right here. But you can't get anywhere that way. It just gets you stuck. Not stuck, but it doesn't get you out. I just like the way the snow looks in here. So this is a simple tour of the Paradise Glitch. You do want to be a little careful because you can get stuck in slidey areas. I had no idea there was a go up there. In slidey areas and stuff, so you can get a little stuck. So you want to be careful going too far, like up, like this. I'm not going to take the full tour on this one. This one is so huge and is really best done with a companion because it would be really hard to, kind of like the underground glitch, really hard to really show the whole thing. And of course, Gilorien's videos are probably the best for the Paradise glitch. So I'm just going to keep going straight. This is the way you just get hanging around, see some pretty scenery. And that is the monolith, I guess they call it. The mountain's at the very top of it. You can kind of see it there. If you climb it, you will end up inside the mountain and trapped. As far as I know, trapped. If somebody's found a way out, I don't know of it. But I think someone I know finally did manage to get out of that. But I've been in it a couple of times, and it's a pain in the butt. So you don't want to go climbing it. Oh, I guess I should come back up here. Sorry. So this is where we were coming from, and as I went flying around, you end up going down this cliff. Okay, so that's how you get to the base of the monolith, basically. It gets very bright here, but all you need to do is just go to the left or the right. The left is my preference. Go to the left, you get beyond the wind wall, and then you get outside. Again, if you go to the right, it's towards the sun, and I just have a thing about going towards the sun. can kind of see the outline of the level. You want to go out towards it. There's a cliff to the left. We'll climb in a second. But you want to make sure you're out and away from everything first. So just fly out. It's very bright. And then fly in towards the cliff. The reason being that if you get stuck in the goo in the jellyfish area, it can be really hard to get out. Not impossible, but very hard. I did that with a companion once, and I was just so glad she was able to follow, because I got us in, I needed to get us out. That's the jellyfish area you kind of want to avoid. So you want to go down kind of making a wide, circumference around until everything kind of gets to where you can see. And you can start seeing blue, and you're pretty much clear of any danger. And then there's a whole bunch of invisible walls, unsolid mountains and rocks, and nifty graphical funky things that happen because none of this is meant to be seen. So we'll just continue up. I use the, I like to stay outside of these guys, especially when I was first exploring this glitch. I like to stay outside of these rocks so I can see where I'm going. Once you get familiar with it, you don't need to. This is really actually adding a lot of time to this tour because you're going way outside of where you need to go. But especially up here, I like to do it just to stay clear and so where I can see and make sure I don't get sucked into that jellyfish. Yikes. And also for video purposes, I would prefer not to have that happen. Okay. So we just continue on down outside of most of this wherever we can. There's invisible hills, invisible valleys. You just kind of go with the flow here, whatever you see and feel. And funky graphicals and rainbows and what did Balana call this? I can't remember. Disco lights. Yeah. But again, I'm making a pretty wide berth around the level at the moment, wider than I need to. Okay. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool look. Whoops. Okay. So then eventually you're going to see this area here, and this is where you're headed. That is, okay, you can see the mountain there. That is the lowest, the bottom area of the level, the area where you enter. More disco lights. Disco Mountain. Go inside here now. My hands are sore. I've only been at this for, oh my gosh, 8 hours? Very long underground. Okay, If you hit goo, it's not terrible, but I'd rather stay out of goo here. For one reason, and that is because you can end up going too far into the level and getting not stuck, but stuck. So we're going to stay out of the goo, or try to, or at least still stay outside of the level. But there is a point where the goo is pretty wide. And then any time now, I have colors. Yeah, I'm out of the goo again. Okay. The carpets are actually harder to find this way. There they are. Okay. I think I have blue sparklies. Let's see if I might have blue sparklies. That'll be cool. There are the carpets. Much easier to find from the air. When you don't get sucked into the normal level, that is. Okay, so here they are. And of course, I'm not going to be able to hear their music because I have everything on silent. No. This is a nice place to make carpet music, especially when it's silenced, but of course I have the gonging. Yep, I have blue sparklies. Cool. Aqua, sky blue, something like that. I think that must have been screensaver activated. Doing the screensavers. Just like you get the ripples. Okay, so there's the carpets. You can actually go all the way around this glitch, and you can go towards the sun. Over here, and then go back up the other side. One thing, a couple things here. Shady Cat, of course, discovered, noticed, observed. Finally, somebody did that. When you hit goo down here, all you got to do is swim straight up, and you are in your back. You know, once you break the surface of the water, then you're back. You can swim right back into the normal level. So all you gotta do is go hit goo, swim straight up, and you'll be back in the normal level. I'm not gonna do that because my video of getting the cloudy gyre is so old and bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. Even though beloved Clowny was my companion for that one. But anyway, it's gonna be solo now. And it is pretty much straight ahead if I'm on course. Yeah, it's pretty much straight ahead. You can see it. And here's where the screensavers do a trick. Is to get you a snowy area down below. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You just go into screensaver, and now you're under the normal level, which means swimming straight up, you're gonna be trapped. But see, now I have a snow. Looks like I have snow down here. And it's a specific screensaver, not just any screensaver, so if you don't get it, just keep going through screensavers and see if you get it. It is a specific one. In fact, you can just look and see which one did it for me, and that's the one you want. There's a cloudy gyre. We got its colors down there too. I never noticed that. Ah. Okay. Now, to get out of here, because you can't fly, and flying around, you can fly through, or swimming around here, you'll just get into a maze of everything. It's possible to get out, but it takes forever. So, how I do it, we were in the cloudy gyre. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for this wall here, this rock wall here, and head down to it, and through it. Angling that way. Then there's this wall here. You want to go along it, and the windy area is going to, and that's what you want to see. The windy area is going to feel, and you're just going to have to keep pushing through it as you can. And then you hit this snowy area. You're in goo, so you're going to fly out till you're no longer in goo or water. And that's it. Now there's a wind wall up here. You don't want to go up this wall because you're going to go towards nothing. I slid right out. That's not always the way it's going to go. Okay. Sometimes it's a lot harder to do than that, and you're going to get stuck. So you just gotta keep on going at it. I can't get back in, but I mean I can. I'm not sure why I'm having trouble. There we go. All right. So when you're in here, you don't want to go up this thing because you're just gonna get stuck at the top. There's a ceiling there. So you want to try and aim yourself down, and I'm just doing it and getting. Eventually, you're just gonna get blown out. So you just got to keep doing it, and you're eventually just gonna get blown out. It's gonna blow you out, like it keeps doing to me now. So I'm out. To get out of the glitch, all you gotta do, like I said before, is hit go and go straight up. Now here it's a little trickier because you can get kind of stuck in a couple of behind some invisible walls, so you gotta just make sure you're clear of rocks when you go up. But here's goo or water. And then you're up in the normal level. And there you go. Home. What color are my ripples? They're white. I think I just have too many screensavers to cycle through. Oh, that's what I thought it was. Huh. I'm getting any colors. So that is pretty much it. You just have to fly in, and you're back in the normal level, and you can just go finish up normal.